I'm going to show you Stephen West's version of picking up stitches for a garter tab. Don't freak out because you're seeing DPNs. I'm using DPNs because I find it's really fiddly to have cords hanging off when I do this. I'm basically using these like two straight needles. You could actually put a point protector on one end of these so they would be like two little straight needles. But it's small enough, I find I don't need to do that. Now for casting on, you cast on as many stitches as you want your width of the border. So in this case, we're going to have a 3-stitch border. So we have 3 stitches. And I do not count as I knit. Basically what I look for is we are going to be picking up stitches from the left-hand side, so I need to have 3 stitches to pick up because I have a 3-stitch border. So this bottom part is a cast on. This little bit right here is actually part of this stitch here. So a mistake I think some people make is to try to pick this stitch up, and that is just not going to work very well for you. So we have the cast on edge, 1, 2, 3 purl bumps, and then we have the row we're working on. Now normally what I have done in the past is come down and try to grab one of these little guys, pick them up and knit them and move on down. And I find sometimes if I haven't really counted this very carefully, I get to the end and it's a mess and I don't have enough loops. Now his method is so easy. You basically just stick your needle into each of those purl bumps. I'm using thicker yarn than I'm used to, so bear with me here. And so we have 1, 2, 3. Now remembering this little bump is part of this row here. So now we have 3 stitches all ready to go. I think it's Lucy Neepy that talks about happy stitches, where the stitches have the leg coming to the front and the back one to the other direction. So here we have basically an unhappy stitch because his foot in the back is coming forward and his foot in the front is going backwards. So what we want to do, instead of knitting this way, is to knit into the back loop, and that will straighten that little guy out. So we knit into the back loop, and we find the same thing here. He's a little bit backwards here, so we'll knit into the back loop here, loosen him up a little bit, and again loosen this guy up a little bit and knit into his back loop. So now we have 6 stitches on the needle, and normally what I do is a provisional cast on to get 3 live stitches, but in his method he was just pretty happy with picking up 3 more from anywhere. So let's just pick up 3 more. Let's do with the left needle. We can pick up 1 here, 1 here, and let's do 1 there. That doesn't look like a stitch. Let's start that over again. Let's do 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Not really happy with how those look right now, but let's get my needle and see how it looks. And here, and we're going to do a backwards knit into that one, knit to the back to straighten him out. So there we have it. We have a garter tab that has 9 stitches, and this will result in a 3-stitch border. So I find it easier to use this left-hand needle to pick up the stitches rather than to try to continue on with the right-hand needle. It just seemed to make it so much more easily done. And it's a pretty even little garter tab. So although I am not sure I'm happy with the picking up the stitches just from the cast on edge, I may go back to that provisional cast on. It doesn't look bad. I might kind of go with this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.